Hello, I am King Mac, and I'd like to thank you all for watching this feature presentation on YouTube. Be sure to enjoy a hot fresh cheeseburger with some french fries and a nice soft drink. Thank you for watching, and now here is our feature presentation of TTBurger game reviews on YouTube.
What's up, people? It is I, your boy Tony here, and welcome back to more TTBurger game reviews here on YouTube as we're getting closer and closer to that 200th episode. Got something special planned for, and yep, that's just what we got doing there. Today, we are on episode 178, another multi-part review. This will be a 6-part review, and we are on episode 178, part 1 of 6. 6 parts. And today I want to talk about racing games. Racing games need no introduction. We've already played at least one point in life, whether it's from the 8-bit arcade days, the Atari days, the NES days, the Super Nintendo, PlayStation, Sega Genesis, Dreamcast, and all the more and more. But there was one franchise that I never thought I'd be talking about. And those of you who saw the last episode of Burgers and Fries Game Talk with a Shake, I said at the end that the SubZeroMNX is blank for blank. And those of you who probably guessed it, you probably are happy you guessed it correctly. But if you didn't, we're going to be looking at a popular racing game franchise that's still around to this day, and it's been around since 1994. And we're going to talk about the Need for Speed games. Yes, I never thought I'd be talking about Need for Speed, but I'm going to be talking about the good days of Need for Speed. Like Need for Speed. It's everywhere these days. It started off on the 3DO, and then we talked about the 3DO version, how you basically had this guy called the X-Man as your opponent, and you get damage card 3 times, you had to have to restart and stuff. It first started off in 3DO, then was ported to MS-DOS, PlayStation, Windows, and Sega Saturn. And back when Need for Speed first started, it was all about the racing. But then when Need for Speed Underground came out, they pretty much had a reference like the Fast and Furious series and stuff like that, and stuff what's been like ever since. But I want to talk about the days before it became that and stuff, just talk about just normal, simple racing. We're going to talk about the Need for Speed games here. This will be in 6 parts here. Part 1, we're going to look at Road and Track presents the Need for Speed. Part 2, Need for Speed 2. Part 3, Need for Speed 3 Hot Pursuit. Part 4, Need for Speed High Stakes. Part 5, Need for Speed Force Unleashed. And then Part 6, Need for Speed Hot Pursuit 2 on the PlayStation 2. Before I get started here, I want to give a shout out to Freegreen HD and SubZeroMNX for providing the voice for King Mac. You guys are awesome, keep up the good work. I also want to give a shout out to my friends JJ Brother 88, JJ Jaguar A9, who just recently got married, so congrats to you and his wife, and hope you guys are doing well. And also want to give a shout out to the Man A9, who are fans of racing games here. That I give shout outs here. We got a lot to talk about here. We're gonna get started talking about Road and Track presents the Need for Speed. With the PlayStation here, you can find the log bugs, taking collect this item for sure. I will not be looking at Need for Speed Underground 2, or anything after that, because there's a bit of Fast and Furious. I didn't really care for Fast and Furious stuff, so I'm not going to be looking at those. I'm going to talk about the ones that were like before that and stuff. This game was released on March 20th, 1996 for the PlayStation, and let's get started here. Now, I will say the first Need for Speed here we have is a good game for the start of the franchise. It's still going to this day. It's hard to believe, that this is the game that started it all. And it's just, I'm sure nobody knew that this franchise was going to be popular when the time that the first game was released. Nobody knew it, definitely. It's a fun game, not without its flaws though, but we'll get to that later. Road and Track presents the Need for Speed. It's a simple racing game. You have 8 cars to choose from and 6 courses. There are no unlockables or anything like that. It's just a racing game to get the high score and win the tournament and more. One thing I enjoy about Road and Track presents the Need for Speed is all the vehicle descriptions they have, with the information about the cars and like more and more in the history and stuff. They don't just give you a general description. They give you information about the engines, the history, and more and more. Road and Track presents the Need for Speed has tons of information about the cars that if this was a class you had to take to pass high score or so, you would easily pass with flying colors by listening to the stuff in this game. And there's also a narrator explaining everything, and it's like the ultimate vehicle learning teaching tool, learning device, whatever. And that's basically what it is there. It's like, hey, you want to learn stuff about cars, history of cars? Buy Road and Track the Need for Speed there if you want. but we gotta continue here. There's no story in Road and Track presents the Need for Speed. It's just race, 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 and race some more. That's basically what it is. It doesn't need a story. It's just basically that. Although it has FMV scenes in it, like showing the cars and stuff, but that's really not anything story related. For the presentation, Road and Track presents the Need for Speed has okay graphics, but they have not aged well. Sure, they look good for its time, so I will not really knock any points off of that, but yeah, the graphics are blocky, especially lately the car models. I'll talk about a little bit here. The FMV scenes look great, look fantastic, even though it's not the best in the quality due to the PlayStation and stuff, but they still look fantastic. The car models look very blocky and not very good. Same with the backgrounds. I mean, I know this is the first game that came out in 1994, but it could have looked better than this. I mean, anyone see what Ridge Racer looked like when that came out? Yeah, I know. Like that it could have looked better than this. Is what I'm trying to say there. For sounding, I'll say we have great sound, great rockin' music that plays during the game and in the menus and stuff, and it feels like car music. It feels like something you would hear if you're watching a movie about cars, or if you just like watching a commercial or so, or watching a little TV show that involves cars, or a documentary about cars. This has it here with great rockin' music. We also have great voice acting, which is basically just the only voice actor I can talk about is the narrator who explains the car descriptions and the history and the engines and everything. He fits the narration for the vehicles and everything really well. He also reminds me of the narrator for the missions and ship descriptions in Star Wars Rogue Squadron, but I don't know if that was the same person. They both sound very similar, but that's just me. There's so much vehicle descriptions and everything, it's not even funny. I mean, actually, go ahead. Laugh about it. It's funny. Go ahead and laugh, people, because it's funny to have all the stuff here on this disc here telling you about all the cars. It's funny, definitely funny. And like I mentioned before, kick-ass rock and roll music. It's no licensed music, but hey, that's okay with me. You can actually hear the music without having to turn off, so I don't get a copyright strike. So yeah, that's fine with me. Gameplay of the Road and Track presents the Need for Speed. It's a fun game, but has not aged that well. It's aged like milk, we'll say. It aged like milk, aged like bread that's been in your pantry for a while, so that is just about to go old. You pick a car and a track and you race. The first problem is the default control scheme. The square button is the gas and X button is brake. And when you start, you have to manually shift out of neutral using the R1 button. Why do we need to do that? Why? I mean, I understand they're trying to make it somewhat realistic there, but come on. Why do I have to put the car out of neutral when I start the race? That's bullshit. I mean, and also, why is the square button the gas button? I mean, I know you can change the control scheme and stuff, but why do that for the default control scheme? It's like, I mean, heck, it could have been worse where it was the triangle or circle button. That's the only way it would have been worse. But still, like, why make the square button the gas button? I don't know. But thankfully, you can change it, like I said. But getting into the race here, once you get rolling, it is fun, badass. Your goal is to get the high score, racing away, not knowing that this game would start one of the most popular racing genres out there. This game has a great sense of speed, going by really fast. Makes you feel like you are driving a very fast car in real life on a test track or so, and you don't want to stop because you're getting into the action for sure. You have 8 cars ranging from the Acura NSX, the Chevrolet Corvette ZR1, Dodge Viper RT/10, for the Ferrari 512 TR, the Lamborghini Diablo VT, the Mazda RX-7, the Porsche 911, the Carrera, the Toyota Otis Supra Turbo, and the Warrior PTO E2, and more. You have 6 courses, 3 which you go in laps to try and like be first place about going around like a certain number of laps, and one is just like one lap that's in 3 parts. It just keeps going and going. There's not much else to the game, but I can forgive this though. But I got the negatives to talk about. The controls, and because of this, turning is a nightmare as well. It's very hard to turn without scraping the wall or anything like that, and that is annoying because like you can go from first place all the way back to like 5th place or so. And the opponent in AI is very tough. Like they'll zoom past you. It's very hard to win first place in this game because of the opponent in AI and everything like that. Like they'll just like go past you and with turning and slowing you down tremendously. Yeah, it's a problem there. There's also not many courses or cars, but that I understand because it's the first game there. But just that for the first Need for Speed game, I can understand this because it was the first game for its time, so I understand that there. Now, final thoughts here. If you want a taste of what Need for Speed was like when it first came out, definitely pick up Road and Track Presents the Need for Speed. The score I'll be giving it is a 7.5 out of 10 because of the problems I have with it, but still a game that should not be overlooked. It's a good racing game, just be warned there. These problems could be a little turn-off for people, but I forgave it because it was the first game in the franchise, but still, it could have been better as I'm saying, but that's just me. And that's it for part 1 of episode 178, part 106 of my Need for Speed series review. Stay tuned, we're going to look at the sequel released for the PlayStation and the PC called Need for Speed 2. Now, how does this game fare for its predecessor? Does it fix the problems of the first game and make it better, or does it come out even worse? For which all I gotta say there. And if you like what you see here, hit that subscribe button, hit the like button, comment down below, join my Discord group, TTBurger Gamers United, also join my Facebook group, TTBurger Gamers Group, and my Facebook page, TTBurger 8, if you want information on the channel, what's coming up, or you just want to just hang out and just have fun. For which all I gotta say is Tony, peace and out, have a good day, see you all in my review of Need for Speed 2.